What's good, family man? It is your boy Ma.
And Sade, and we're back at it again with another video.
With
everybody's mom.
Today, y'all, we're reacting to
CJ, the fake blood behind WHOOPTY.
Yeah, I texted you to see what you gonna say. It. I told y'all I'm done saying the names of the titles because I be stuttering. I just be messing everything up. This is Sade's favorite rapper at the moment.
No, it is not.
Is that the dude that made that song?
Yeah, WHOOPTY.
This is
in the movie.
This is not my favorite artist, y'all. Kehe'Mal just talking.
Not that one.
Yeah, blue cheese.
Blue
I swear I'm
cheese.
addicted to blue cheese.
Oh, he just look different. He from Staten Island. That's where Wu-Tang and them from.
How you know he from Staten Island?
That's what
it says. Staten Island.
CJ, the fake blood behind.
It literally just said that on the
screen.
closed caption. You just turned it off, but it literally just said that.
Oh,
see?
Well, excuse me then. Let's get into this. They say he like a fake 6'9".
Oh.
Well, he's like 6'9", but we finna find out.
CJ's a drill rapper from Staten Island who blew up last year with the hit song WHOOPTY, but since going viral, many question his street cred and accuse him of being fake and an industry plant. Let's get into the career and come up of CJ, the wannabe blood behind WHOOPTY. CJ first got the world's attention with his hit song WHOOPTY, which dropped July 30th, 2020 and peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The track instantly blew up thanks to the hard-hitting beat and viral music video, which showed CJ and his homies posted on the block, rocking red rags and shouting the catchphrase, WHOOPTY, a blood greeting call. The beat to WHOOPTY featured a sample from the Indian song, Sanam Reed. This same sample was famously used in the beat for Exposing Me by Mimo 600 and King Von, which was also remixed by drill rappers like FBG Doug.
Bro, that beat sounds nothing like
that. Yeah, that's why I'm
slowed
looking
it
like
down.
that. Because it sounds nothing alike.
That's what it's supposed to be. They must slow it down.
Had to.
They did something because it
they
don't
did
sound
a little
like
remix or something.
Ruga did it too?
Ruga and 22Gs. So the song became an instant hit because of the familiar beat, generic bars, and catchy hook. Not long after it popped off, people began taking a closer look at CJ to find out if he was really WHOOPTY or just claiming for the clout. CJ grew up in Staten Island and comes from a Puerto Rican family. He started rapping as a hobby when he was 9, but took it more seriously at 14 when he started dropping tracks on SoundCloud and YouTube. He had a few tracks on SoundCloud before blowing up with WHOOPTY, including a song with the OG fake blood, 6ix9ine, called Pop. But none of these tracks made much of an impact online or even in New York City. He self-released the track WHOOPTY in July 2020 using the beat he found on YouTube and became an overnight success. He later signed to Warner Records and Cruise Control Entertainment. But here's where the accusations of CJ being an industry plant first started. The CEO of Cruise Control Entertainment, James Cruz, is also CJ's uncle. CJ said multiple labels reached out to him, but Warner offered the best situation, probably because he had family members in high positions at the company. His uncle James Cruz.
I don't understand that. How people who got people in their family? I mean, it's all about the audience too. But how you not just like a overnight sensation? Like I don't understand it.
I don't know.
Like, bro, got people all in the music industry, bro.
But
you
might
gotta
not
work
be
for
into
it.
that.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta work for it too. Like you just can't. I just can't go up and be like, you know what I'm saying? Do a track. I'm gonna make it popular for you. You know, it's gonna hit the same. Nah, you gotta go with the flow. You gotta see what people like out here.
Yeah. Cruz is a music mogul who has deep connections in the industry. He worked for Reebok in the 90s before making the transition into music and working for Bad Boy. Cruz got close to Puffy and ended up running his entire organization. He worked with Combs Enterprises for almost 10 years before leaving to start his own Latin-focused music marketing firm. So, CJ seemed like the perfect project for his Uncle James, who was looking for the next big Latin star to take over New York. At first, CJ had a more melodic, auto-tune heavy approach to rapping, but this didn't attract much attention. CJ just wanted the clout, and he wasn't trying to spend the next decade grinding in the music industry to make a name for himself. So, he took notes from 6ix9ine's playbook and started making aggressive drill tracks, flaunting his alleged gang ties. To his credit, it worked, and WHOOPTY was one of the biggest songs in New York in the summer of 2020.
I mean, but you can't be mad at him for it though, bro.
I mean, cause let me tell you something. He had I see why he ain't want to do if he ain't want to jump in on the music thing right then and there. Cause if that man worked with P. Diddy, no offense to neither one of them, but I'm just saying, be realistic about P. Diddy. All his people that he brought out.
Yeah, like
where are they now?
What group was that? That everybody they had a good song. Like
you talking the girls?
Yeah. Remember he had one with the two dudes.
He had the
was
boys.
in the same group.
The boys
what
was day 26.
Yeah, day 20. You know what
Oh,
Yeah, because they was on
yeah.
making the band, and he made the band, but he left them.
The boys were day
Hanging like
26.
strings.
The girls was. It was something simple.
Danity Kane.
Yeah, Danity Kane.
And then they broke them up. And then it became somebody, it was just the one girl by herself.
Yeah.
And she didn't get very far. But I'm looking at all the people beforehand. It was like Biggie got killed. And then you had Mace and all them. They did their little songs. They're no longer around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he had 112. Where they at?
Oh, he got Mary J.
Carl Thomas. Mary J left and came back.
Yeah.
She making him.
Yeah.
I mean, even though, you know what I'm saying, he made his money by playing over people. He made his money by doing it. His biggest artist was Biggie. Biggie and Faith at the time, and Mary. Those were his biggest people.
Yeah.
My goodness. But you went back and you learned everything from Diddy. Okay, you learned how to play the game, get people out here, make that one-hit wonder, and move on.
Money. The track went viral on TikTok too, which boosted his popularity.
And his sister
Plus,
posted
it got a major push on radio and other outlets thanks to the ties from his Uncle James. So overnight, CJ went from an unknown rapper to one of the biggest up-and-coming stars in New York. But all the attention also brought questions from fans about who this new rapper was, as well as the gang he was from. He's clearly claiming blood from the bandanas and the use of the term whoopty. But the lyrics to the song are pretty basic and don't say what borough or what set he's from. This is when rumors went around that CJ ain't really who he claimed to be and was just another clout-chasing rapper using gangs to blow up in the music industry. Whoopty's not a phrase that CJ made up. It's a common word used in the Bronx.
So the people that was in the back in the group, they're not Bloods either?
they're probably real Bloods, but like with the 6ix9ine incident,
he probably just affiliated with them.
He
Like
just
they
cool
probably
with
really in it, and he probably just affiliated. Cause ain't that how 6ix9ine was?
6ix9ine,
He was just like
he was
affiliated, or he was like he was that by affiliation.
He was. It's
Ooh.
kind of hard. With 6ix9ine, he knew people who was like he wasn't a Blood, but he knew people. He knew
yeah.
some of the Bloods, and he was like, "Y'all, I got a bright idea. I got a music video I want to do. I want to be crazy, Bloods everywhere,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna pay you for it.
Right.
Okay.
Like whatever money I get from, I'm just gonna I'm gonna pay y'all. I'm gonna pay the gang like y'all
Yeah.
group, like
Yeah.
the Bloods for it." And that's how like really the 6ix9ine thing is. That's what they said about CJ. Like,
Oh, because I thought maybe he was gonna be like old boy. Remember old boy where they say he got into it? What's that dude with the funny voice? He got into it with him.
Hmm.
Dang, he joined the gang when he got up in his 30s, 40s. You know what I'm saying? Dang, yes you do. You know what I'm talking about? He got into it with Doug, 42.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
But then he won. Then the dude got he got initiated in the gang when he got grown, like 20 something.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Sada Baby.
Yeah, him.
Sada Baby.
Maybe he trying to be like him.
Whole lot of Rex in my pants with some of him and Nicki Minaj. Choppers on it like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, he got initiated when he was well overgrown.
He like 28.
Yeah.
By the Bloodhound Brim. CJ crossed the line when he did an interview with Genius, where he claimed credit for the word whoopty. He said that it was a term he invented and used with his homies. He even went as far as filing a trademark for the phrase so no one else could use it for commercial purposes. This upset the Bloodhound Brims, who had been using the word for years and wanted proper credit for creating it. Bloodhound Brims founder, LeBrim, even called in from prison, calling out CJ for taking the term and not giving proper credit. LeBrim was sentenced to 30 years in prison back in 2019 in connection to his leadership of the Bloodhound Brim. Even though he's locked up, he still tapped in with what's going on in the streets and had to set the record straight about who really started Whoopty. He gave CJ props for making the hot song, but accused him of stealing the word Whoopty from the Bloodhound Brims and denies having any affiliation with the rapper.
So first and foremost, CJ made a hot song, but the content that he used, that's not his content. So his foundation is based off a lie. He's not Whoopty. He don't know nothing about Whoopty. He just seen a fly splash and he jacked it.
He called him out for claiming the set and lifestyle that he and a bunch of other Brims are serving decades in prison over. He says the only reason the song was hot in the first place is because of the respect they built in New York. But he's disrespecting the Brims by saying he created the word. He makes it clear he ain't beefing with CJ or saying he gonna do something to him, but he had to set the record straight about where Whoopty started. This hurt CJ's street cred, and after that, more gang members and other New York drill rappers.
Some people don't get out like that.
Right.
Some people ain't.
They go for your head.
They ain't playing with you about stuff like that. So he got lucky. He got real lucky.
Let's see what they say.
Started questioning his affiliations. G5 Reels, a rapper affiliated with LeBrim, also hopped on live to call out CJ for being the fake blood with no ties to the Bloodhound brand.
See, he ain't
and for
gonna back
copywriting
down.
the term WHOOPTY, even though he never put in any work for the set.
First you make the song WHOOPTY, then you make the song Bop. That's all our shit, boy. And you still not trying to pay homage? Then you gonna copyright our shit? You copyright our shit? Like, yo, boy, your head not good.
The Bloodhound Brims was one of the most violent gangs in New York before being taken down in a major gang indictment in 2016. They operated in various locations in New York City, as well as Westchester, Elmira, and Pennsylvania. They was accused of trafficking massive amounts of crack, cocaine, and heroin throughout the state of New York and Pennsylvania. A lot of Bloodhound Brim leaders was later arrested in a RICO indictment and charged with crimes that included racketeering, murder, attempted murder, drug trafficking, and assault. The Brim started in Los Angeles, but later branched out to New York in the early 90s. Like most blood sets in NYC,
Down that dang on street.
He just need enough to do this right here.
With them bandanas like that.
Bro, the 90s, I feel like games
Be
was
hot.
horrible.
I feel like they was too.
Like they was out. Like now you don't really see them out with flags, but y'all time they out
Oh
with
yeah,
flags.
they have,
they didn't
yeah,
care.
baby, they in their back pocket, everything.
the Brim started in prison at Rikers Island and then spread out to the streets later on. There's multiple Brim sets in New York that make up what they call the Blood Brim Army. During the height of their rise, the Brims was behind a lot of wild crimes that eventually led to their downfall. In 2012, LeBrim and another Blood member named Don P got arrested for a shootout at a chicken spot in the Bronx where they allegedly fired at ops with an AK-47. LeBrim was later found guilty of attempted murder for the crime, which was one of the events that led to his 30-year sentence. In 2014, a Brim leader named Kevin Melton made headlines after kidnapping the father of one of the prosecutors who was responsible for locking him up for life. Melton got hit with life in prison for ordering a hit on someone in 2011. To get revenge, Melton went after one of the prosecutors who was responsible for convicting him. He set it all up using a cell phone he snuck into jail and ordered 5 members to kidnap the prosecutor. But they ended up going to the wrong address and instead kidnapped her father, Frank Jansen. The gang kidnapped Jansen from his crib in Atlanta, then called his wife and told her they was going to torture and kill her husband if she ain't followed their demands. But the FBI was able to intercept a call between Melton and the kidnappers and found Jansen at an apartment complex in Atlanta. So the Brims was responsible for a wave of terror, not just in New York, but all over the country. This eventually led to the indictment that took down many high-ranking members of the gang, including LeBrim. But even with most of their leaders locked up, the Bloodhound Brims are still well respected in New York. So for LeBrim to make a public statement denying CJ's credibility was a major blow to the rapper's career. Plus, it wasn't just Brim members taking shots at the rapper. Brooklyn rapper 22G's also came out and questioned CJ's street cred. In January 2021, 22G's tagged CJ on Instagram saying, @RealCJ giving me 6ix9ine vibes and boy from Staten Island, the safest borough in NYC. He also dropped a WHOOPTY remix called Goofy, where he took shots at CJ calling him a groupie who was just jacking the Brooklyn drill sound to make himself more popular. In interviews, 22G's made it clear that it wasn't real beef, but he had to address the situation because CJ ain't give respect to the originators of the sound that made him famous. CJ responded to 22G's with the track Hit Up, where he don't just diss the rapper, but take shots at his entire gang, the Gangsta Disciples.
You're playing with your life. You're playing with your life. He playing with his life.
I catch a blicky man down in my city.
He raps, I catch a blicky man down in my city, referring to 22G's blicky gang. And in the video, he's seen throwing up GDK, which means Gangsta Disciple Killer, the gang that 22G's is from. So not only is CJ starting beef with another rapper, he wants smoke with one of the biggest gangs in America too. Another popular Brooklyn drill rapper, Busy Banks, came out and said CJ jacked his bars and stole his whole flow. Busy posted on his Instagram story, that CJ need to give me my credit, no cap. Jacking my lingo and flow, I'm tired of not getting the recognition I deserve. I started this new wave of drill rap. Let's talk about it. If you listen to the flow and lyrics on Hit Up, it sounds similar to Busy Banks' tracks Neo and Don't Start Part 2. So instead of earning people's respect, CJ was quickly making enemies. In September 2021, 22G's did an interview with No Jumper, where Adam 22 reveals that CJ was set to do an interview, but canceled at the last minute. The reason he canceled was because the person in charge of their social media posted something about the beef between him and CJ. So CJ got in his feelings and canceled the whole interview.
We had an interview booked with CJ.
Over.
And then somebody on the social media team, they posted up
Whoopty.
22G's dissing CJ. They just posted about it because it's notable, it's news, we're paying attention. We were all talking about it in the group chat, so they posted it. CJ interview canceled.
This was another L for the Staten Island rapper. He could have used an interview.
It's given that he's scared.
See, this the whole thing. I mean, you sitting up here and you saying all this. See, the Bloods let you go. They just want to get paid for the words that you use. But now you mess with the other folks. The other folks ain't finna take it kindly. Oh Lord, he just don't know.
Now he canceled the whole interview. Now that is something.
Baby, you might well go back and be up under your uncle. So you
to tell his side of the story, but instead, he chose to stay quiet. CJ never really addressed the accusations that he's false claiming and stealing another rapper's style and flow. He also dropped another single that brings the same kind of buzz that WHOOPTY did. He dropped an EP in early 2021 called Loyalty Over Royalty, which was executive produced by French Montana. But none of the other songs made the same impact as WHOOPTY.
French Montana. French Montana. Now he was. I'm gonna give him his credit. He was hot back in the day. Mm-hmm. But now, I wouldn't dare.
See, now he going to. I mean, not being funny. You know what I'm saying? French Montana. I don't know nothing about you. But I just know I watch you, love hip hop and stuff like that. But now he going low.
He finna be extinct in it by next year.
He
2022, he gonna be extinct.
Down in the drain.
Yeah, he knew he messed up when he signed with Uncle. I told you that. He messed up.
Unless CJ can switch up his whole style and come back with a banger that puts him on the charts, he'll probably just be a one-hit wonder. Just like 6ix9ine, part of his appeal.
No one hit wonder.
No,
far from it.
I can't agree with that part. I don't listen to all his music, but I mean, he definitely
the ones
got some
I have
songs.
listened to is they been hitting. So
I don't know. He might have been talking about something different, but
maybe
he should have followed up a little different than
right.
like 6ix9ine. No one hit wonder.
Just like 6ix9ine,
he can lay off for a little while and come smack you with something, and it just
be hot.
Yeah.
Bill was his gang ties. But once the truth was exposed, fans just move on to the rappers who really live what they rap.
Not sorry, Hip Hop Daily.
Oh wow.
Nah, CJ different. Oh, bro.
He gave me a French Montana anyways. Like he
when
didn't.
First came in?
Yeah, like he didn't really. I guess that's what made everybody like surprised by WHOOPTY. Yeah, cause he didn't really give me like a WHOOPTY, like a
gang member.
Yeah,
he tried, but he didn't do it right.
And remember, we was talking about that when we reacted to the song. We was talking about him and gang affiliations, and now I'm just like, bruh, he was faking it all. I can't do you.
Man, if y'all enjoyed this video, man, y'all know what to do, man. Please.
Oops.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, subscribe to all three channels.
Follow me and Charlotte both on Instagram and follow my mom on TikTok. Other than that, man, we out of here.